Dear Fromsoft, what happened when you guys made this weapon? This weapon is arguably one of the worst weapons I've ever touched or tried, and I am probably not the only one that think that this weapon is such a missed opportunity to make a very cool and unique weapon for a bunch of reasons. So if you want to skip all this and you just want to see this in action, I will just give you the timestamp right now. You can just skip along and just watch that, I guess. But this weapon is in all ways, shapes, bad. It's just bad. And I don't like to say that a weapon is just bad, but this weapon is bad. Where do we even start? First of all, the scaling. It's a double C scaling and it does favor a bit more in strength. So it is recommended to two-hand this. But to be honest, the two-handed moveset on Colossals are definitely not the most consistent and or competitive, since everything you do here is extremely reactable. So with all that said as well, the scaling also gives this weapon some pretty bad AR for a colossal weapon, in my opinion. You do have that colossal weapons have hyper armor, which is cool, but I mean even hammers have hyper armor, dude. Even great swords, great spears. A lot of weapons have hyper armor with way better movesets than whatever a colossal weapon is. And especially this weapon. So it doesn't stop here. This weapon also, for some reason, does standard damage. So compare that to other weapons, like other Colossals, you can see Strike. This one is standard, but Strike, some even have Pierce. And for what I know, standard damage is not as good as Strike damage. And I kind of felt it where the AR on this weapon, it felt like I was using like an unupgraded colossal weapon. It felt very bad. And also, this weapon has atrocious range. And speaking of that, you know, the moveset on its own, it has no range. But this is maybe someone can help me out with this, but it feels like this weapon has even less range than the model suggests. Sometimes I'm like, wait, but that should have hit, and it just doesn't hit. So the hitbox on this weapon is also really bad. Again, this also doesn't help that it's a colossal weapon, so the moveset is kind of restricted because everything is reactable. Yes, aim punch is still a thing. Some people say, no, it's not. Yes, it's absolutely a thing. So how I try this weapon is to use this with like an offhand fist. So at least I have a tool that is fast and does have some poise break potential, because this does 100 plus poise damage. And we can mix it up with like the light attack and sometimes the heavy attack. But this weapon on its own, no, don't go in and try to use this weapon two-handed. And we're not done yet. The Ash of War. Why the hell, Fromsoft, did you think that this unique looking weapon, you know, it has red lightning, which is the only cool thing on this weapon in my opinion. You get it from a boss that does some really cool red lightning strikes and attacks. Why are we stuck with this Garbo Ender? Ender on Colossals are just a no-no, unless I am missing something, but this is atrocious. Man, I'm so pissed. I'm so disappointed in this weapon. And speaking of which, about uniqueness, there's nothing unique on this moveset. Everything is just your typical R1, your typical R2. There's nothing special on this. Where some colossal weapons, like the Prelate Crozier, right, it has this cool uppercut. Is it the best? Absolutely not, but it at least has some flavor going for it. Same goes for the colossal sword. I forgot what the name is, but it's like this big meteoric kind of sword where you slam down and it spawns like meteorites, right? Uniqueness, this weapon has nothing going for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it little. I hope I didn't trigger a lot of people with my little rant about this weapon. This is such a wasted weapon. They could have done so much cool things with this. And I'll just roll the tapes, and I hope you guys enjoy it.